Hello, hello, and welcome to this week's podcast episode. As you may notice, as you're listening to this, the sound is probably not very good. If I had to guess, the sound is not very good. It is early morning at my house. I just got done going outside to tone and meditate a little bit. My son is asleep over here. My daughter's asleep over here. And when I was outside toning, I heard, "You've gotta do this. Like, you've gotta record yourself doing this." And my mind told me I was doing this for Instagram. My mind told me I was doing 1 or 2 minutes of of a toning activation and was sending it, putting it on Instagram. Next thing I know, after I get done with that segment, it's been 9 minutes, and I had no idea. I genuinely thought I was maybe at 2 or 3 minutes. So it wasn't until I got into that I realized I was recording a podcast episode. So the sound of this one is not going to be very good, but it is purely channeled, purely divine. There are activations within this episode. And also, we also talk about Unveiled in this episode, which again, I had no clue they were going to talk about. But of course, when something channels through, of course, your guides are going to want to talk about it. You know what I mean? We start July 6th. I moved back the start date a little bit, but we start July 6th. It's genuinely a transformational container. The people who have been in it continuously keep signing up, signing up, signing up, signing up because it has been that transformational. It's a longer container. It's 3 to 6 months. So if you feel like you're ready for rapid change really, really quickly, stay until the end. But in between time, you will have so many activations. And if you are able to sit and listen, you will also find that you have activations each time, each time. And that's how light language works. It's a frequency. And so if you were to save this episode and go back to the light language portions over and over again, like let's say once a week or something like that, you will find that something new knocks loose each time. Okay. I love you so much. Thank you. And now let's get on with the episode.
Welcome to Embodying You, a podcast of spiritual exploration where nothing is off limits. You'll hear raw, behind the scenes stories from people awakening to their soul's path and how they became the healers, mystics, and intuitives they are today. You'll also experience real-time intuitive sessions and healings where struggles transform into breakthroughs that you can bring into your own life. Along the way, you just might recognize yourself in the stories shared. This is Embodying You.
Tiawan isyan wakaran walan kiren merem. Yan ukuaramare elian ukuaramare kiawan arelian. Yan wakimwashi te kiemalatu akiriamere. Biashutu kolamare karashi te kitmere. Ifukuar mare kararara wala notshu kate mere kia yokanamara karalina na wara mara kirianuale keshindekia. Yashua nakamara kiriashua gamare kian tukia shilan watakia nawara. It is of the utmost importance. It is of the utmost importance that you give love to yourself first before you give to others, before you outpour, outpour, outpour. Now, many of you have heard this before, and many of you have a reaction of, well, duh, but do you actually do it? But do you actually do it? And the truth is, most humans do not. Most humans do not, and they do not because this is not what you have been taught from birth. What you have been taught from birth is you are constantly doing in order to feel like you are worthy. Productivity is put over how you feel in your body. This is what you've learned from society. what you have learned from successful entrepreneurs, and potentially what you learned from your parents, from your family. Reflect on what you witnessed. Reflect on what you witnessed. Now, there's also this piece that has come in over the years that is now making a comeback. But there's this piece of loving yourself being a throwaway phrase, being a silly thing that people say. When people say, love yourself more, there's a part of your mind that says, okay, that's stupid. Shua tuaria luana kuadetia shua kiano quadalianana. But what we are here to say is that is false. That is false. That is false. That has been put into the human psyche for a reason. It is true that people are easier to control when they are not loving themselves and when they are instead pouring out whatever they have to give to others, draining their life force, draining their own energy. But if you are here and you are watching this, no matter if you watch this and you're watching it just for fun, or you're watching it and you're really taking in the messages, you're really taking in the toning and you're taking in the frequency, you are here because there is another piece of you ready to awaken to a deeper inner love, to a deeper inner love. And we are channeling through this being because she is bringing forth onto the planet something that we've been asking her to do for years, but she's only been ready to do at the beginning of this year. And this is unveiled. This is her one on one energy work container. But it's not just about energy work and releasing and removing. For as you may have felt, the toning, the frequency, the light language, it is all a part of it. It is very powerful. It is very fast. It is efficient. It is kind. It is very powerful. Sound frequencies matter, and sound frequencies can program the body. Who are you choosing to have program your body? Media, music, movies with their own sound frequency in it that may not be in alignment with your highest good, with your highest timeline. No, no. But when you have a being who is connected to the one true God and to the highest frequency and the brightest, most connected to love beings, imagine what work would be like with someone like this. So some of you already know that you are ready and you have been watching and you have been in the background. And what we want you to know, what we want you to know, what we want you to know. And we are going to say right now, Tiffany did not realize we were going to start talking about Unveiled. She thought she was simply coming on to do some light language. And so she's feeling a bit uncomfortable right now that we are talking about this. So we are saying that out loud so her nervous system will settle. But there are some of you who have been sitting back, waiting, and also thinking, maybe another time, maybe another time, maybe another time. Love yourself fully. You know if this is for you or not. You know if this is for you or not. And if it is not, you have received abundance codes. You have received the initiation into loving yourself more. The initiation, wherever you are on the level of loving yourself more, there's always more to grow because you humans have been taught to hate yourselves in many different ways. For some of you women, it's hating yourselves if your legs are not shaved perfectly smooth. Remember those Nair commercials? Washu, 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 washu. We did a bit of a release for you all as far as the beauty standards. Washianto guaran, ala, one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. But it can be very efficient. Even though it is one step at a time, it can be very efficient. Very efficient. So if you are ready to follow your soul's calling, to follow the dream that's been on your heart, to explore how to bring that dream to reality and to be supported in every step of the way, listen to the call, listen to the call, listen to the call. Come into Unveiled. Come into Unveiled. Come into Unveiled. Thank you. We love you. Thank you. We love you. Thank you. We love you. Holy shit. I genuinely thought that was maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But it is 9 minutes now. I have no words. I have no words. Those of you who have worked with me before, um, you know me, and you know the caliber of the work that I do because of my own innate gifts. Yes, the gifts that I've activated, the gifts that I have practiced, the gifts that I use on myself every single day. But you also know my integrity. And so, yeah, the fact that I came on here thinking I was doing a quick light language activation and then they start talking about Unveiled, um, what's really coming up is that we forget that the work we do in the world, especially if it's our soul led business, it is what we are meant to share. And so, of course, our guides would channel through us about what we are putting out into the world. Of course, they would. Of course they would. I remember when I first started doing sessions and I would be channeling and they would come in and they would tell the person that they needed to do another session. And I would feel so uncomfortable. I would like, listen, like this is what they're saying, but like you don't have to, or you can go to someone else or whatever it is. And anyway, it really is true that this container that was birthed through me, Unveiled, it's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. If you are not wanting to do the work, if you are not ready to change and shift very quickly, it's not. It's not for you. And that's the truth. Some people very much change, fear change. But you have to get to a point, especially when you do really strong, profound energy work, where you are not afraid of the change. Or if you are, you're so committed to your soul's path that if things come up that shift and change in your life that feel hard, that you can stay grounded in your soul's truth and what you are desiring for your own future because it has been on your heart, because you have known that this is where it's at for you, because you have known that this is where it's at for you. The soul led business, the soul led career. And even if you're not planning on having a soul led business or career, you affect so many people because you talk to your family. Maybe you have kids. Maybe it's the random person on the street or the person that you're driving with. The more healed you are and the more in love with yourself you are, the better that you are going to not only treat everybody, but your natural frequency is going to exude that self love. Now, does this mean that you are loving yourself all the time, 100%, no matter what? No. Because as we change and shift, we're going to have something new come up. And because of that old programming, we might go on a cycle again of beating ourselves up. And not to mention that, we have these wounds that we come onto the planet with in order to shift them. And so those wounds are even going to cycle back through. But what I've noticed for me is it is never as they just keep saying deep. Deep. Oh, it's not as deep. No, it doesn't hurt at the same level. There's an awareness of there's a different awareness about whatever it is that is coming up for you in that moment. So, if you are feeling the soul call, if you have been feeling the nudge to join Unveiled, and you haven't done it because of fear or because, different things coming in. And it could even be about money, like, oh, I don't know. I still remember the first time that I spent like money, like several $1,000s on a program for myself that I knew I was supposed to do intuitively. And it scared the shit out of me. But from that experience, I met someone who helped me skyrocket my growth within just a year and a half to 2 years. I would not be where I am now if I had not done that program. And so what I have come to realize is it's not actually about the money because money is just energy. It's what are we investing in? What are we investing in? And so just know, like, if you're having different fears, I get it. I've been there. I have been there. I've even been there at times where I'm like, "Oh, hell no. I am not spending any more money." And then something comes up and I know that it's for me, and I'm like, "Oh, shit. Oh, shit." So, I'm just saying that in all frankness. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I only have 2 spaces. 2 spaces are already filled. So, there are only 2 spaces left. So if you are feeling the call and you join Unveiled by July 1st, you'll get $250 off of the first 3 months. Now, if you're going to do 6 months, we will look at that also because already that is a discounted amount because you are committing to yourself for 6 months, which is freaking incredible. But for now, when you join by the end of the day, July 1st, you will get 250 off of the 3 month. And again, if you want to do the 6 month, we will talk about that. So reach out and let me know. And we will start with scheduling and all of that around July 6th. Around July 6th. So I just encourage you, the time is going to pass, whether you choose to use it to change or not. That is one of my favorite sayings that I ended up hearing on a community college commercial here in Oklahoma. And I will never forget it because it is so true. It is so true. There are so many things that I could have said no to, that I wanted to say no to. But at that point, I was so practiced in my intuition that I had to listen to my intuition. I had to do it. So again, if you're listening to this and you don't feel it, then you're not feeling it. But if you're listening to this and you are one of those 2 people, reach out. Reach out. The link is in the show notes and or you can go on my website. It's embodyingwholeness.love, and on the work with me page, you'll go to Unveiled, the 3 to 6 month container. The 2 people that are in it, one of them has been in since January, and she just keeps signing up, signing up, signing up, signing up because her life is transformed. And I believe it's episodes 7 and 14 that she is in. It's Mika. And she's signed up for the next quarter. Then the other person who has been in for the last quarter, the quarter that we're ending right now, she's been in for 3 months. From that 3 months, she committed to 6 months. I am a life experimenter. I live the work that I do with you all. I live the work that I do with you all. I have had several people tell me that when they're with me, it feels like therapy for them, except when they talk about something related to whatever their goals are for Unveiled. When they talk about something, I can see the root of it. I can see the root of it. And we go in and we do healing at the root of it. So you leave that session and you are not the same. You are not the same. The energy has shifted, the energy it has changed. I have lived the experience of that, as well as living the experience of doing deep shadow work, deep inner child work, of doing money wound healing. I mean, the fact that I am where I am now is um, incredible to me. Incredible to me. So, again, if you feel like Unveiled is for you, or even if you just have questions, feel free to reach out. If you reach out and you're asking, like, I don't know, is this for me? Is this not? I can check in intuitively, and then you can make a decision for yourself. And again, those who have had sessions with me know that I will tell you if another session is not the right thing for you. There was a time when I was in a session with someone who it was their first session with me. And so they signed up for 30 minutes. And as we were getting to the end, he said, well, I don't mind like paying for more time. I would love to pay for more time for us to continue. And when I checked in, the intuition was no, no. So again, reach out. I love you.
If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe and leave a review so others can find this show too. Your support helps this community grow and brings more voices into the conversation. Plus, I would love to hear your biggest takeaway. Thank you so much.